to the Strategy and Communication Services Committee for June 11th, 2024. On this committee, we have myself, Kevin O'Toole, Chris Thiessen, Councillor Bosch, and Mayor Jackie Clayton. And I'm looking for someone to adopt the agenda.
I move the committee adopt the agenda as presented.
Thank you very much. And that carries. We have no delegations. We have 2 reports. Item 4.1 is the service area update. And Chief McCracken.
Thank you, Chair. For our service area update today, I'll start with executive services and strategy. The city was pleased to welcome the Lieutenant Governor to the city of Grande Prairie this weekend. Her worship was able to visit several city facilities and take part in the Here Comes Summer event. From the city clerk's office, our census update as of last Friday, we are nearing the 50% mark for census completion. We have 2 weeks to go to hit the mandatory mark of 90% that's required. So if anyone listening, it's quite imperative that we get this completed up to the 90% mark. It is quite easy. If you have not received your PIN, at your door, you can call 311. They will assist you with your PIN. They will assist you with completing the census. We have actually had 150 individuals either come to our front counter area or call in through 311. We've been able to assist them in getting that census complete. So we'll encourage that. Our enumerators are continuing at the doors to knock on doors, and hopefully we will have that 90% mark met before the end of June. In corporate communications, we've had various announcements issued, including construction road work updates, application for sidewalk patios open, fire restriction updates, Canada Day updates, and seasonal facility pool updates. We have undertaken the residential satisfaction survey. We have wrapped it up. I was a target of 400 random phone interviews. That was met, and we exceeded our expectation on volunteer survey submissions with over 600 submissions recorded. So we are just in the midst of having the contractor work on a report, which will come forward. In human resources, the Grande Prairie Museum now has an ethnic minority mannequin that's going to be utilized in our exhibits. It's a great addition to demonstrate our commitment to inclusion and belonging. And in health and safety, the health and safety team hosted their annual Safety Week in May. This week-long event provides activities to engage employees in safety awareness and opportunity for appreciation and on-site visits. And in corporate marketing, thank you to the following Canada Day sponsors: the Kids Zone, Synovus, Fireworks was Pomeroy Hotels, Cake from Co-op, and Carnival Rides and Games Paramount Resources. Through marketing efforts, we've reached over 95,000 accounts on Instagram and a 295% increase from the previous month. And with that, I can take any questions.
Don't see anyone, so thank you very much for that report. And I was a little disappointed last weekend and last week. We had so much stuff going on in the city that I wanted to attend, but I was out of town. So we'll move on to item 4.2, the proposed bylaw C-1469, the General Appeal Board. Chief McCracken.
Thank you, Chair. So in the absence of our Director of Legislative Services, I will present on this today. The Strategy and Communication Services Committee is recommending Council give 3 readings to a bylaw, brand new bylaw C-1469, which is a General Appeal Board bylaw. Currently, we have a number of different procedures for addressing appeals. This is a recommendation to provide a consolidated appeals process, which would authorize appeals to be heard by one general appeal board, which would be would have public members assigned to it. So in looking at this recommendation, we reviewed a number of mid-size and large cities, did a jurisdictional scan of mid-size cities and large cities in Alberta to take a look at how they perform their appeals. And so a number of those have a general appeal board as well. By going ahead with one general appeal board, it does give us the ability to be more consistent in our approach. So we would have one set of bylaws. So when bylaws need to be updated, you would just be looking at one bylaw that needs to be updated. It does provide consistency when it comes to notices, time limits, hearing dates, etc. Currently, what we have is we have the subdivision appeal board, which is made up of public members, and they do a number of hearings. As it stands currently, we never know if you're going to have an influx of appeals, or you may go a long period of time with no appeals whatsoever. If we were to able to utilize the members from the SDAB, then it would provide more consistency for the public members to have that access to, like, they are provided training, but then they would be able to hear appeals on a more regular basis, be able to apply their learning as well to that. And so with that, I can take any questions on this.
Do I have anyone that has questions on this? I see none, so I will move on. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair O'Toole. I'd move that the Strategy and Communication Services Committee recommend Council give 3 readings to Bylaw C-1469, being the General Appeal Board Bylaw. Thank you.
That motion's in favor, or all good? We'll make your vote now. And that carries. So we have no items of correspondence. We have no other business. Bylaw or policy reviews, but we do have an outstanding items list. Chief McEachran?
Thank you. No changes recommended to the outstanding items list.
All righty, thank you. Thank you very much.
I move that committee receive the June 11th outstanding items list as presented for information.
Motion in favor. And it does carry. And with that, this meeting is now adjourned.